Hello guys, it's me, Red the Dinosaur, and today in Forza Horizon 5 with the Apex All-Stars card pack, part of the new monthly update that we got and is gonna start Thursday. But we got the card pack today, so let's start. What this contains? Well, it's pretty focused. It's focused on basically race cars. And not just a few race cars. It's basically two categories, GT3 and GTE. They kind of look the same, but they are different. The GTEs have more horsepower and are in S2. Their point system is 901, and the GT3s are in S1 with 893 points. All of them are basically tied up, and you can make your mind up of what is up. Basically, this opens a huge door for a more serious racing. So let's start with the car pack. Well, we have the BMW M8 GTE, the Cadillac ATS V.R, the Corvette C8R, the Mercedes AMG GT3, the Ferrari 488 GTE, the Porsche 911 GT3R. So let's start with the car that is basically untied of GTE and GT3 is the Cadillac ATS V.R. This car is basically part of an American championship or series that doesn't exist anymore. Is the SCCA, but this car is pretty much BOP, balance of performance, tied with the GT3s. I don't know why. I would like to have it like more of like the Lamborghini Super Trofeo on the Italian car pack. Leave it there, like a wild card, like mixed up with these two categories. That will be cool. It feels a bit heavy. In my test, it felt a bit heavy, more rebellious, but not as bad as, for example, like a road car or something. It's still very responsive, but you have to be concentrated, so this car doesn't bite you. But just keep that in mind if you're gonna pick this up only for the Cadillac. Let's move on to the Porsche, the GT3R. My favorite one of the GT3 cars. This car sounds amazing. First of all, this car sounds absolutely insane. I love the boxer racing sound of this thing. For me, it's quite up there. Is quite superior on its class, the S1 Extreme Track Toys, but it's just a wild car. For me, it has really good handling. Is very responsive in acceleration, and just takes the corners really good. In my opinion, it's pretty much the most balanced car of the GT3 class of this pack. Let's move on with the Mercedes GT3. Well, this is kinda right there. Is the nearest competition to the Porsche. It has quite of a pedigree. Same with the Porsche GT3. They have won Nürburgring and Bathurst and many other racetracks, famous racetracks, and in between these two cars can be really cool. Like, you can have a really close competition, and man, you can have quite of a good field up there. Let's move on with the Lexus RCF GT3. Well, it has the worst acceleration of all these cars, but doesn't make it a bad car. It's really responsive on its handling, and at the same time, it's the easiest car to drive of all of them. It's not like all these cars are unforgivable, but because, well, they are race cars at the end of the day, they are made to be sharp and easy to drive, especially GT3s. So this one is way more beginner friendly in some way. If you're starting out, the RCF is your friend, and always has been like that. In Gran Turismo 7, the RCF is the easiest car to drive on its class. So it's kind of cool to see this trend of the RCF being like the car that is better to just start. So yeah, just to put that out. Let's move on to the GTEs. Well, you gotta see the difference that these have more horsepower. Let's start with the Corvette. I think this basically the star of the show, is the most famous one, and it sounds amazing. It's way faster. I think is the car with better acceleration, quite sharp on its corners, and is absolutely insane. And for me, this car is the best looking, but at the same time, it can be quite of a good car that you get, especially if you are doing like this close championship between these GTE cars and all that stuff. Let's move on with the Ferrari. For me, the Ferrari is basically the most dominant of this car pack, especially on GTE. Is really quick, is very responsive, is very balanced on everything, and when it comes to balance, it's like 9 out of 10. Let's move on to the BMW M8 GTE. It's the big boy, but that doesn't mean it drives like ass. It's actually pretty responsive. It's like the RCF in some way. It's more beginner friendly. It's not exactly as fast, and it doesn't have like the same acceleration as the Ferrari. It's more to just, you know, begin the learning curve and all that stuff. It's not bad at all. I think you also can be competitive with this BMW, but at the same time it feels a bit more sluggish, but just a tiny bit. And that's all when I can say about this car pack. When it comes to all the differences of these cars, it's just tiny. They are just tiny differences. Basically, it's up to you, the driver, to actually push these boundaries and to actually find these differences and to actually exploit the other flaws of the other GT3 and GTE cars. So just out there, these cars are more skill based. These cars are focused to one specific market that is basically all around this monthly event, serious GT racing. These cars are really specific. So when it comes to this, it's like if you're this target, this is the car pack for you. But if not, I will suggest you to just skip it and go to the Italian car pack. The Italian car pack is more, it has the same price, $9, and actually has more variety. That's pretty much it for today, guys. Let me know what do you think in the comment section right below about the Apex All-Stars car pack. If you like it, if you're not, if you're gonna skip it or you want to actually get it, again, it's just only $9. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you very much and see you on the next one. Goodbye.